raced me little Datsun at Phillip Island a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fun. JT. Hey, legend. Hey?
23rd of September,
Put it in the diary. Oh, you want me to tell people? Right.
No, you put the diary as well.
23rd of September. Thanks, mate. I will.
That's preliminary final weekend.
Are we going to be in that?
Right?
You're a Carlton man, aren't you?
I am.
Yes.
I hope we're in it. Well, either that or we're
Oh,
straight in.
we're already in the grand final.
That'd be better.
That would be. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
My word.
It's been a long, hard slog, Ivor.
It has, pal.
Mate.
If they win today, they can't drop any further than fifth.
Really?
They can't. They're six ahead. Points ahead. If they win, that'll make them up to 4.
You racing Carlton, boy?
I think most of the good blokes are, mate.
It would appear so, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you won't get in with them.
No, they won't let you in.
And then after that, my dad became a
Hey, Claire.
cricket
What
club
in
man.
You've got a pen there, have you? Pinch, please. Sorry, I should have brought some, but I forgot.
The early cricket club members had realised cricket club didn't have it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
all used to join the cricket club
To
and
get
go
beer.
in there.
Thanks, Cleveland. Cheers.
So they could go and go to drink.
Yeah, right.
My grandmother,
What date did he say, Ivor?
21st, I think, of September.
21st of September.
I'll double check, mate.
she used to live in Gatehouse Street, Parkville,
Oh, yeah?
halfway up the hill.
Yeah.
There's only one house in the whole lot. It's a two-story house. Her house was the only one on the double block, and it was in the middle of the two blocks. So they could
23rd, Dave.
23rd, is it?
I think it's the 23rd. Yeah.
All right, good, mate.
No, thank you.
23rd of September.
Yeah, so we all, no, really, they used to go there.
Yeah.
Had seats on the wing. It was only one row down and about 100 seats from the coach's box. You could sit there and all the yellow.
So in 1979 I was 10 and I went and I got in on a child's ticket obviously with my sister who's 11 years older than me and she was pregnant and got in on a child's ticket as well.
Tasha's good though, she's got seats.
So did Carlton girl.
I am.
God love you.
I'm a bred.
So we go on.
Yeah. Did you grow up not really realising there was a choice? I did. I think it's quality parenting if you grow up thinking that you've got no choice. You're just a born Carlton supporter. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Standing in the outer in the back of the day with
Yeah,
the
mate.
little chair.
Princess Park.
Yeah.
I was standing
peanut
on
man
cans.
going around with his peanuts.
The peanut.
He used to go to every grounder again, bloke. Big bag of nuts.
What you're saying, stand on the camps, I can remember going, the old man in those days, they all had cricket bags.
Yep.
Hard leathers.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you out there watching the race boats going around this amazing course, all the safety and all the effort that goes into keeping these drivers safe. Obviously there's safety cockpits in these boats, they've got harnesses, they've got air supply. The open cockpit boats, they all wear jackets, helmets, they've all got all the safety gear and the boats get gone through in scrutineering and made sure they're really safe. But the biggest factor in the safety in this sport, these guys right here. This is Race Day Medical, Dave and Anna Bodner. They do most of the powerboat racing throughout Victoria and they do an amazing job. Dave's had to deal with some really big crashes lately and he's done an amazing job, and there's probably some people that are here this weekend that may not have been had it not been for Race Day Medical, Dave Bodner and Anna and their team. They do a great job. Just think about them when you're watching those boats go around. They're out there doing the job, and that's why all these teams out here feel really safe.
Ha ha ha.
Well, welcome here at the 2023 Dawn Gold Cup has been run and won, and it's back-to-back for Brett Shepherd in Unleashed. How good was that?
That was fantastic. Yeah, I think we might have done the extra lap. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I led the whole way. It was great, yeah. And smooth drive is the key.
It's funny you talk about the laps because I counted 4.5 laps, and we were expecting the checker flag to come out, but the yellow flag came out instead.
Yeah, well, I looked up at the tower and there was 2 flags out, a checkered and a yellow, and I sort of thought, I think I've done 4, and then somebody said he's catching you, and I thought I'd better keep going. So, yeah, but anyway, led for every lap.
Well, considering what happened in January to the boat at Raymond Terrace, until last week, the boat was in idle state. Did nothing. You had the boat, the deck fixed, but the windscreen was not installed yet.
Yeah, no, we only got the back from Rob and Gary last Saturday, put the motor in Sunday, sort of did the final fit Monday night and fired it up Monday night, and sort of did a few things here Friday, and tidied it all up. But yeah, but the engine still seems to be as good as it was last time round. Yeah, it's actually playing the game beautifully, the engine.
For what has happened to you, it's an unbelievable result for you guys. Back to back, as I said, that means you have to come back next season and defend it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, at the moment, 2 in a row is great, especially Craig being out there and the other fella. So yeah, it was good to have a couple of good outboards to really see where we're at with it. But yeah, at the moment, it's absolutely humming.
Well, we'll let you get back to your crew. I think it's going to be a big night coming up.
Yeah, we'll have a few tonight after yesterday's little disappointment. So anyway, tonight we're on the piss.
Well done, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Well, Tate Ramsey, Reckless, mate, here for the Holy Grail. This is the big one for you guys.
Absolutely. We've been hanging out for this one for a long time. It's the pinnacle of boat racing, displacement racing more so. Very excited to get here. Quality field, blown boats, 6 litres, great support classes, so really excited.
Mate, you've had an up and down season. Tell us about that so far.
It's been a challenging season. I have learned to probably drive again in a way, stepping up from the 6 litre to the unlimited class. That's been a challenge in itself, plus chasing a little bit of setup. It's easy to blame the boat, but the driver's had a fair bit to do with it, so starting to get our head around it now. I've changed the way I'm going about it. A few, obviously, changes to the boat, some obvious, some not so obvious, so yeah, it's starting to come together now.
Obviously out there racing with your brother Blake, 2 boats. Are the boats similar?
Not too much between them all. Aesthetically, to look at, the cells are different, obviously. Mine's a Malcolm Jamison cell, Blake's is a Child Space cell. That aside, all the running gear's the same except for the blower. Just running 2 different blowers, that's about it.
So does that obviously aid you with setup? You can feed off each other?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We obviously do feed off each other when it comes to setup and plates and props and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it helps.
So if you get a little advantage over him, do you keep that one a secret, mate?
Oh no, well I'm the crash test dummy, so I try it out, and if it works, he pinches me ideas. So it's all good.
Mate, this is a big weekend, a lot of big blown boats. What's your mindset? What's the process this weekend?
Basically just go out there and just keep to myself. Sort of be a little bit, what would you say, not oblivious, but just try and put everything outside of your own control. Just put it out of your mind. Just worrying about how I go about it, how I drive, and yeah, just concentrate on getting around myself. So.
It's a big weekend, mate. We hope you do really well. We love the way you guys go about it, and we hope you do well on the track, mate.
Appreciate it, Bish. Thank you. Good on you.
Point post, yeah. Point post. Oh, wooden one, the old Oregon one.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, he was a toughie,
Yeah.
And he even said himself that when he collected grunt, I think it was grunt, which he's in his last year sort of thing, he was slowing right down and he was getting hurt and they were getting into him and all that sort of stuff, and he said, I'm going to get out of this. Yeah. And that game was the one that turned him, I think. Yeah.
Had no intention of going for the ball.
No.
Straight into him, man.
Same as when Derby got broke those ribs. Playing for the rest of playing 3/4 of the game with broken rib. I'm flat out sitting. I'm flat out sitting in a chair breathing with broken ribs.
I've been on that plenty of times.
Jesus, you wouldn't get blokes today playing like that.
But you look at it and you go, a lot of those blokes didn't get a game today. They weren't skilled for them.
No, they weren't. Yes and no. I mean, there's different skills today. A lot of the clubs take on athletes and try and turn them into footballers because of their agility and their speed and that sort of stuff. That's what they do with umpires. They don't take on the good decision makers, they take on the good runners. That disappoints me.
Thank you, Hefners. Collective.
Last week the boundary umpires got a lot of count. Last week the bloke, when he played on outside the boundary line, the field umpire, that's what the field umpire saw. The field umpire called play on. As soon as the field umpire called play on, the boundary umpire should have blown his whistle because he was outside the line.
Trying to get the free out on the ball, they get the free kick. And then if they run,
If they change direction, outside the boundary line. If they change direction outside the boundary line, it's play on, and then the boundary umpire supposed to blow his whistle. They don't have to go over the mark when it's out on the full. They can go back up the other way if they want to. But if they start to go that way and stop and then go that way, they're out of bounds. They've played on out of bounds. They have to continue in the same direction. Players don't. They have a different set of skills today. They can't kick both feet. No. They can't. They throw the ball now. Because the rule has changed. Once upon a time, the hand that the ball was sitting on had to remain stationary or had to remain still. Now, no. They can swing around. Yep, correct. Yeah.
Grab them now. If they do a full 360, they just be holding the ball.
Yeah, well,
it's not anymore, is it? They can do 360 and go
well, they can do whatever they like. Yeah. No, I struggle to pick free kicks now. I struggle to pick them. You know, I keep saying, oh, that's a free kick. No. Play on. Drives me nuts.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the water with our 25 horsepower category, and a good little battle going on out here. Sammy Martin there on the outside, having a bit of a battle with her boat down that first straightaway, but getting settled now. But race leaders Baxter Ramsey and the Reckless, and Huddy Ellis, the Flying Praying Mantis, in second place. Down through turn number 1 for the second time, and a little battle going on here. Huddy Ellis is probably going to struggle to get the job done out there wide. Probably going to have to come up with a different scenario there, I think. As they head up into the top turn, Ramsey just running that tight line. And really taking advantage of it. You can see the acceleration of Ellis's boat. Very, very strong out of the corners, and he actually makes up a little bit of ground. But I would say that Ramsey is probably just propped maybe a pitch slightly higher, and does have that little bit more top end, given also that his boat is a little bit smaller and therefore potentially a little bit lighter. Certainly got maybe a little bit more top end speed, but have a look at Sammy Martin. Just a very cheeky look up the inside there of Huddy Ellis. She decides that discretion's a better part of valour and drops to the outside. Up into turn number 2. For the final time as the checkered flag comes out. So Ramsey just needs to hang on to this here. Oh, and Martin has another spin. She nearly collects a turn, boy, but she gathers it back together. Huddy Ellis drops to the outside, but it's going to be all backs to Ramsey as they go. Oh, Ellis is coming at him. Not sure exactly where our finish line is, but I think Ramsey may have just got him over the line. No, I didn't think he got him either, Pazza. Where is our finish line, please? Where is the finish line, please? Where is the finish line, Pazza? Pazza's deaf, folks. He has to come over and ask me what I'm asking him. Everyone on the planet now knows what I've asked except you. Where's the finish line exactly, please, Pazza? Okay. It was close then. It was close. Very close, but we don't think he got there. Our flag man doesn't reckon he got there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while we're off beat and off topic, VSBC, the Victorian Speedboat Club, one of the great clubs in Australia and the world, is holding a club day on the 23rd of September. And if I'm really nice to them, they might ask me to come and commentate. So get your backsides up to beautiful Derrinal Pool Lake, Eppalock, the Victorian Speedboat Club on the 23rd of September for a club day up there at Eppalock. Should be a ripping day. Always a great time when you get up to the beautiful VS. So put your hands together. Baxter Ramsey, Hudson Ellis. That's about how they finished across the line too. Only a bow eye in it in the end. And Sammy Martin, a bit of a wild ride for her. They're still just trying to get on top of this brand new boat. Looks like it's quick, but a couple of handling issues I would suggest just at the moment. I don't know if I have.
Yeah, no, I'm not calling it. I'm just a commentator, mate. I'm not calling it. It's up to the judges. But no, I don't think he got him.
From my line.
Looking out over the pit area here, the Melbourne Runabout Speedboat Club, fantastic venue, great club, and what a terrific waterway to compete on. And if you love it here and you think it's good, why don't you join up? Join the club. If you're a local and you're out here, you can use the facilities, you can use the lake, you can go water skiing, you can even go and catch a fish if you're that way inclined. Don't know why anyone would want to do that, but some people do apparently. Ruins a good boat trip, in my opinion. But there are those out there that like to go fishing, and you could here at MRSBC. I'm not sure what fish are in here. Probably some redfin and maybe some cod, potentially. I don't know. It's a Werribee River, so... But it's a great club and great to be involved with. So if you're thinking about getting involved, I highly recommend you join up the MRSBC, especially if you're a local and you've got a boat. You can head out here. Nice summer's night after work, nice and local. You can go for a ski, and it's absolutely terrific. I've water skied here myself a few times, and really, really good facility. So no, we really enjoy this particular site, and it is one of the best natural amphitheatres for powerboat racing that you will ever come across. So very, very good. And there we go. What do we think about that, folks? We got ourselves a new studio, the Hose Down. Don't forget the Hose Down podcast too. That's that up there. That one. The Hose Down podcast. It's on Spotify, Neil. You can jump on Spotify. And we've interviewed lots of wonderful powerboat racing and ski racing personalities. You can tune in there, and if you're doing a trip or whatever, you can jump on and have a listen. And the latest one was with me. Bob Carter interviewed me, Neil. Probably not worth listening to, but all the others are good. Clearly I've done not much. But no, we have a lot of fun doing it, and please jump on the Hose Down podcast. We love getting people on board, and we love getting a bit of feedback too. If it's good, if it's rubbish, let us know, and we can mix things up and change things around and do whatever needs to happen. But I'll be trying to do some more over the summer season, get a few more celebrities there. We've got 10 episodes out there now, so season 1 complete, and the next season going to make a few changes and do a few different things, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So that's the Hose Down podcast. It's on Spotify. It's also on Podbean. You can check it out. You can go to our Facebook page at Bisho Media as well, and listen to all the wonderful podcasts that we've done with all the wonderful people we've done them with. So this is the Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club Club Day for 2023. Hope you're enjoying the racing. We'll be back with some more in just a moment.
It's still up a bit, but it's... Yeah. Varies. I haven't been checking it that much because it's... The less you check it, the less you worry about it. Well, that's it. I haven't been receiving headaches like I was, so that's a good thing. Okay. Hello, mate. Perfect.
Hey, they need what? Yeah, too right they do. Yeah, or a buggy.
Good for you, John. Keep walking. Hey? Good for you.
Good for your what?
Good for your fitness.
That's that thing.
Oh, really? Rightio, so I believe we have a 95 category race, although both the boats are 6 litre boats out there. Doesn't matter what we call it, long as it's a good race. Looking forward to this one. Should be a cracking little race. We've got Dean Borg out there. And Cavs. No Madam, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's happened with Tommy Webster. In this one, must be a little boat issue, I'm assuming. And the last race here, Neil just telling me is a 6 litre race, but I can see Reckless has entered in it. I think Reckless is a little bit bigger than 6 litre. But it'll be Rattler, B&R, Reckless and Cavs. So that'll be a good race. 4-boat field. Nidri just going down into the drink now. White flag's up, so we're about to go racing in this 95 mile an hour category, just waiting for the course to settle. And here we go, bringing the boats up through the top of the course now. Performance and Cavs. Performance, Dean Borg out of South Australia. And Cavs out of Echuca. Brenton Walsh behind the wheel of that particular boat. Boats come down, so you see Brenton running wide here.
doing that little Rob Vasala style square away the start of the course. Goes the call. We're racing. Both boats put the power down very, very nicely indeed. Have a look at the cabs boat. Just showing how now. He comes down into turn number 1 for the first time. Runs the wide line, leaves plenty of room in for D4. Borg runs hard on the pins and tries to get the acceleration away. Brent Walsh just too hard on the cabs as he accelerated out, but now he lets the boat run free. Borg tries to go with him and he's on the inside. He's going to try and use that inside run to his advantage, but I tell you what, the Cavs machine looking very, very speedy up into turn number 2 for the first time. Brent Walsh really getting the power down nicely now and doing a fantastic job. This boat looks quick. Down into turn number 1, that's the second time. Wide, that Borg has a wild ride just outside of camera. I'm sorry we didn't get that, but he really had a huge shine walk from gunnel to gunnel in that boat. He was very lucky to gather it back together. Walsh in the meantime turns around turn number 2 and yellow flag comes out for him. 1 lap to go now for Brenton Walsh in the Kavanagh Auto March entry in hot pursuit. That boat looks a lot more settled now. Walsh up the back straight away, he's doing a great job. And Borg, a much sharper show with this one. He fires down the back chute for the final time. Walsh tips it into the fourth turn to the top end of this beautiful Melton course now. Lets the Cavs off, lets the boat run a little bit free. And a win then for Brenton Walsh in the Kavanagh Auto Parts Cavs machine. And Dean Borg charging hard across the line in the Proformance machine. Looking good. So great racing there from our 95 category boats opening. Those guys broke out. As you can see, boats about to go into the water. Reckless, VNR. And I believe that may be for the final race of the day. Good to see Stevie Cat Rumble here today. He's been busily putting his sailboat together and it's coming along very nicely if the photos on Facebook are true. Going well. When's our first race, do we think, Stephen? Oh, here he goes. He's blaming other people already. Yeah, go on, mate. 23rd of September for the Cat. There you go. To lock it in. Lock it in, folks. Get up there. It'll be there. Steve will be driving it. It'll be amazing. We're excited to see the boat out there because it means we don't have to listen to Steve on the bank, which is always a bonus. Come in, mate. Let's have a little chat. Steve, so mate, let's talk about why we're doing this and what we're doing, because it's actually this venue that made you decide that you needed a cockpit, wasn't it? Tell the fans about that.
Well, it was down this bottom corner here, the lead out boy. Juggernaut span out in front of me. I turned pretty hard, another boat come over and hit me in the head and knocked some sense out of me, or sense into me, one of the two.
I was going to say, mate, at least it hit the hardest part of your body, but in all seriousness, you decided at that point that we'd better put a cell in the boat, yeah?
Yeah, I was laying in hospital on the bed, and I just thought 6.5 years of racing, not one incident, and I got a tap on the shoulder and said, go into a cell. So that's what I've done. And
so tell us about that, mate. Like it's your original boat. Big job to retrofit a cell into an existing boat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was very heartbreaking, actually. Honest truth. I love me cat and put a lot of hard work into it. And I actually, Stephen Scott was the one that put the cell, made the cell. It does a great job. It's a vacuum infused carbon fibre Kevlar with roll cage in there. But for him to go along and with basically I say a chainsaw, and hacked my boat up. I had to walk out of the workshop there numerous times, and just when I thought he'd finished cutting, he wanted to cut more, and then he kept on going, and I don't know if it felt like he was actually cutting my arms and legs off. That's how passionate I feel about my cat, and it actually hurt me a bit to watch my boat get cut up, and I actually thought it'd never ever go back together. It was pretty disheartening for me. I've been a lot of ups and downs and lows, you know, just thinking it'd never ever get to where it is now. And I admire these people that work on boats, you know, people like Stephen Scott, Ricky Howard, and all these type of people that actually make these cells and do all the fireworks, and for that matter, all the engine builders. They're craftsmen. I've been involved with it, doing a lot of it to try and save money to do the cell, and it's a hell of a lot of work and a lot of painstaking sanding, and my hat's off to them. You know, without these guys, I wouldn't have a cell in my boat. They're absolute craftsmen. And when you see the cat and the workmanship that's gone in to make that cell, it's just incredible.
Well, mate, I mean, you say, you know, it's like cutting your arm off, but the reality is it's actually made it a much better boat, and a boat that you can run for the next 10 years comfortably, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And the cat will be competitive, there's no doubt about that. I could not go in an open deck boat after that incident again. Actually, honest truth, I had a drive of Brett Nidry's, and I want to thank Brett for letting me go in his boat. It was a real experience of my first drive in a capsule. I really enjoyed it. I felt at home in it. That was one thing I did notice straight away. I wasn't claustrophobic or anything. I felt like I put myself in a glove. And when I sit in the cat, I feel like I'm actually lying in my lounge chair. So with that, I'll be competitive, I can tell you that.
Yeah, so what is the program, mate? I mean, obviously it's a 6-litre boat effectively, but you've always been running the speed cab categories. Is that the future, or do you see yourself stepping up into 6-litre as well?
At this stage, I'm going to run with the Dirty LS for a while in the 105 to recoup. I've got to save up to get a decent competitive NASCAR motor. You've got to put some money aside to buy a decent one. If I'm going to do 6-litre, I want to be up there at the front. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to save up and get a banger motor. That the cat's capable of doing it, no problem. It turns great and everything. I don't know what's going to like with the new cell and the different weight distribution, but once I do a bit of testing, get it sorted, it should be. I know it'll be competitive, and it hammers around the corners, so I'll take it up pretty hard in the 105, and then once I'm sorted with that and I've got some money away, I may look at putting a 6-litre in, going after 6-litre, and look out Scotty Paddo.
Good on you, mate. Hey, I've got a couple of mates here this weekend that are car guys, and one of them actually asked me an interesting question. He said, why do some of the cells offset? Why are some of them in the middle? Is it a retrofit sort of arrangement that you have to put it next to the gearbox, or is there any particular reason that some are in the centrally located in the boat and some are on the side?
The 18-foot 6s tend to put the cells in the centre. I don't know if it's a balance issue. I've put mine on the side because I'm only 17-foot 6, and actually, when you measure mine up, my actual cell's at least 4 inches further back than a 18-foot 6 child's play. So, Everingham. So I'm further back, so I figure my weight distribution's better to have it at the back of the boat, get the front out of the boat, out of the water a lot higher. And I feel basically my cell's where my original seat was. So I was comfortable there. I suppose if I put it up front, in front of my gearbox, it looks silly. So, yeah, better where it is.
Good on you, mate. Hey, it's going to be great to have you back out on the water, because we're definitely sick of listening to you on the bank, mate. So we much prefer you in a cell. We won't be able to hear you with that lid on either. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, well, one thing I did notice when I was driving Brett, Jesus, they're bloody loud in there, so I won't be able to hear myself speak.
Hey, good luck, mate. We're taking the piss and having a bit of fun about the 23rd of September, but it'd be nice to see it if it does get there. If not, there's plenty of races coming up, so it's this season for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely this season. I've actually got the dashboard at home. I'm
wiring it up. I've got some do some loom work. The engine's at Brett's. We pulled it out of this back end of his storage shed, so that's moved into the actual factory of Brett's. So hopefully it might move into the engine building area soon. I'm hoping. You never know with Brett. So he's got a lot of work. He's a very busy man. So I rely on him. So yeah, he'll get it done.
Good on you, Stevie. Thanks for having a chat, mate. Thanks for updating the Cut Cat fans, of which there are many, on what's going on with the Cut Cat team. Looking forward to seeing that sailboat out there, son.
Yeah, we'll be there. Don't worry. We'll be competitive and guarantee it, because I want that title back.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Stevie Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Cut Cat, Mr. Cut Cat himself. And we see that not the epilogue on the 23rd of September. Probably the very next race meeting after that one. Should be pretty exciting to see. Good on you, Stevie. And we've got 25 horsepower boats out on the course now. Last chance, Miss Martini and Reckless 25. Baxter Ramsey, Sammy Martin and Huddy Ellis in that order. Oh, no Sammy Martin. Bugger, won't start. Well, that narrows it down to the two boys that have been having a ding-dong battle all day. Unfortunately for Sammy, the new boat doesn't want to play the game. Probably need to paint that engine black. You know, if it's not black, it's not right. Tall, dark and handsome on any transom and all that. If it ain't black, take it back. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, Tahatsu, well, probably good for mowing your lawn. But the two Mercuries are out there and they're going beautifully, and the white flag is up and we're coming down to the start line. So these boys have had a great battle all day. I think we've got Hudson on the outside and Baxter on the inside. And unfortunately for poor old Sammy Martin, she is being towed back into the pit. So that will be the last. We'll see if Sammy today, but she's done a great job all day. They've got a little bit of development done on that boat today, which is great. And it'll only come back stronger and better next time. So it's actually Baxter Ramsey on the outside, Huddy Ellis on the inside. And Baxter, you can see just a little bit more pace out of that boat as he comes in with around about 2 to 3 boat lengths on Hudson down into turn one. But that inside pole run, Hudson's going to need to make the absolute most of that. He does. Now what he needs to do is run Baxter out a little bit wide if he can and get going, because Baxter's going to come back at him down the back straightaway. But Huddy Ellis at the moment doing a good job to hold off a hard charging Baxter Ramsey. A little bit of a chine walk as they go up into, and there's that start boat wash, and they take a bit of a beating, and actually Baxter gets a little bit of a break over Huddy, and they come into turn number 2 absolutely gunnel to gunnel. Hudson then using that inside line to his advantage and gets about a boat length back on Baxter, but Baxter certainly closed the gap up over the rough water. So front straight away, and there's really nothing at all in this one. Great racing from the 25s. Baxter Ramsey on the outside, Hudson Ellis on the in. Ellis again taking the advantage of that in block. You see Ramsey goes back about 5 or 6 boat lengths back there. But up the back chute we go. So Ellis doing a good job of holding Ramsey off here. Ramsey now having a bit of a look at the inside of him. Can he get the job done? Ellis wouldn't want to let him up the inside, I wouldn't have thought. I would have been hard on those pins there, because now Baxter Ramsey says, have a look at this. Yellow flag comes out. They've got 1 to go. And Hudson's done a good job of defending there as he comes in. He really needs to be hard on the pins here. He doesn't want to let Ramsey up the inside like a rat up a drain pipe, because he will be all over him like a fat kid on a cupcake. Back straight away now.
But Hardy Ellis is all over this at the moment, like Neil Cullis on a VB stubby. Doing a good job. He just needs to defend his line here up through the top turn. And it looks like he's got enough of a gap here that if he can just do that clean, and he does, Ramsey drops to the outside. He's going to charge hard on the way home. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Oh, I tell you what, Ellis had to back off for some reason. I don't know what happened there. He backed out. Now they're racing to the line. Ramsey might have the pace on him. Tell you what, there's nothing in this. I think Hudson Ellis by a bow eye. Wowee, Huddy Ellis just getting it done. I don't know what happened there, but Baxter Ramsey came back like a freight train. Good racing there from the two young guns, and don't worry about these two boys. You'll see them come up. They'll be racing 6-litre boats. They'll be racing blown boats. They'll be racing Grand Prix hydroplanes. Who knows what the future holds for these two young talents, but certainly pretty bright. The amount of racing that they've done now, a lot of guys haven't done in their entire careers, and these boys are only 17, 18 years of age. So next race on the card will be a unlimited race, effectively. We're looking for Rattler, B&R Reckless, and Cavs Auto Parts. This will be a good race. 4 quality boats in this one. Stick around, folks. This is the Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club's Club Day for 2023. We'll be back with more racing in just a moment.
torpedo fleet. Yeah. Useless. No one can keep up with it. You see him, he grabbed the fucking ball and that. Next week, back in the course. Yeah. Yeah, but he's strong, man. He's big, big shoulders, I think. Grab the footy. Take the mark, and it wasn't like say, knock it up in the air and grab it again. One grab. Bam.
I said to Chris, I said, I won't have the boat there, mate, but I'll do whatever I can. If you want me to help, I'll help. Local footy. Sometimes they stop in the Essendon League couple of halfway through this season. They stop the club's salary roll. Yep. And they've had spectators when they were being able to kick it. Their only advantage is stopped it once the club knuckled down on the two. Yep. That's it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The final race of the day, Unlimited, we have out there. 4 boats in the field. Out of pole number will be Leslie Tomato in the Rattler. Out of 2 will be Brett Nidri in the BNR. Out of 3, Tate Ramsey in the Reckless. And Cavs Auto Parts with Brenton Walsh out of pole 4. This should be an absolute cracker, ladies and gentlemen. Send the boats up into the top end of the course. We'll let the course settle down. And I reckon this will be the best race of the day, Neil. And it's the final race of the day, folks. I hope you've had a great day. Nice little club day, great little test and tune. We've seen some new boats hit the water. Unfortunately for the Addicted team, not the day that they wanted to have. Been a good day, I think, for Cavs Auto Parts. Brenton Walsh and Lee Kavanagh. Boat has looked very, very speedy. Maybe a couple of handling things that they'll work on, I would imagine. Sammy Martin, similar sort of deal there, brand new boat. So Looks like it had a dirty fuel issue potentially at the end there, and that's why it didn't compete in the final race. Couple of little handling issues, I reckon, with that boat that they just will get on top of pretty quickly as well. So all in all, it's been a great day. It's great to see Leslie Tamata back. We saw him at Yarrawonga, but we certainly didn't see him at his best there by his own admission. So great to have him back out on the water. And the Rattlers had a very successful day, I would suggest. Brett Nidri, of course. Great to have him out and about. We've seen some great racing from our 25 boats here today as well. Baxter Ramsey, Huddy Ellis, absolutely going at it, hammer and tong. And I believe that may have been their final race together, but unconfirmed report, that one. But if it was, well, gee, it's been great watching you boys go around. I can't wait to see what happens next with those young fellas. Fantastic to have Dean Borg over from South Australia as well as young Tommy Webster. Great to have him here. Doing a great job. Not sure what happened with their boat in the end there. It didn't run that final race, but the Madam always beautifully turned out super, super quick. Big thank you to the Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club as well, and all the other clubs that come along and help. Plenty of boys from the Vic Speedboat Club here this weekend, and Victorian Outboard Club boys, a few others, other clubs as well. So Glen Maggie District as well. And here we go, white flag flying high. Nice field of boats here. Out of pole is the Rattler, Les Tamata. Here we go, white flag still up. Brings them a long way down, but we're away now, and it should be Ramsey who'll get the absolute score on everybody. As the big float in and shows its power. Up the inside, the 2 6-litre boats go very, very tight. Plenty of space. Oh, have a look at Cavs out the outside, getting the line. Ramsey flies up the back straight away and pulls away from the 2 6-litre boats on his inside. But he's got a big job to try and hold off these two hard-charging 6-litre boats. Ramsey hard on the gunnel there of Les Tamata now as they find out the front straight away for the second time. Ramsey doing a good job. Tamata into second place now, holding out Ramsey as they tip it into the port turn, the bottom end of the course. Back to now, Reckless fires away. Ramsey doing a good job. Tamata managing to hold out Ramsey at the moment. As they tip up into the port turn at the top end of the course now. Ramsey hard on at the throttle and off the gas as the big slow-mo flies away and picks up the yellow flag. 1 lap to go for him. Tamata doing a brilliant job on the inside here in the Rattler. In fact, has stopped up in the top corner. That's unfortunate for him. That brings the Cavs machine up into 3rd place. So Brenton Walsh doing a good job there, but it's going to be Brett Ramsey as he fires the big blown alcohol boat down the final straightaway. Reckless takes the win as he should. Great drive there again from Tate Ramsey. Leslie Tamata, great weekend for him, great race. Beautiful drive and the boat finishes all in one piece, lovely stuff. And in the 3rd place will be the Cavs with Brenton Walsh. And unfortunately, Brett Nidri parks it up on the bank. And he'll be a tow-in, sadly for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up today's racing. So, folks, that wraps up today's racing. We hope you've enjoyed the racing today. It's been a great little club day. We've seen some new boats hit the water, and it's shaping up to be a really big season in powerboat racing. This is just a little taste
of what's to come this season. On the 23rd of September, we have the VSBC Club Day as well. So if you can make your way up to beautiful Lake Epilogue for that one, definitely get your way up there and check that out as well. This is just a little taste, a little preamble to what's going to happen for the rest of the season. Don't forget, of course, in February, the first weekend in February, will be here at this venue, the Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club's Melton Gold Cup. Can't wait for that one. It's always one of the biggest blown boat meetings in the country. We've also got the Blown Boat Championship coming up, the World Series as well, and lots of great racing coming up for the next season. This is the beginning of it. Here at GP Hydro live streaming, we are very excited. We're doing some new stuff. We hope you've been enjoying what we've been trialling out today, and we'll see you next time.